Well, people in remote parts of western North Carolina are still waiting for help after Hurricane Helene devastated their communities. Operation Blessing teams are taking to the air to reach isolated areas with water purification systems, solar lights, and emergency food packages. CBN's George Thomas has more.
In Fairview, North Carolina, Jess and Chris Jaeger face significant hurdles in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene.
Just this morning we were talking about it'll be months before we can, I don't know, take showers more regularly and have enough drinking waters.
Their small town, nestled in the hills and dense forest southeast of Asheville, was one of the hardest hit areas. Roads in and out of Fairview remain impassable or destroyed, making it a huge challenge to get aid, especially clean water, to this area. The couple's main source, a nearby creek, is contaminated with hazardous materials.
Who knows what chemicals in there? I mean, there's cans of paint thinners, there's, countless cans of gas and diesel.
They had only 60 gallons of water on hand when raging waters swept through their community.
We were just planning on living off that as long as we could, which most people use like over 100 in one shower.
Fantastic, thanks, sir.
Operation Blessing literally flew in using helicopters to deliver vital supplies, including a water filtration system capable of producing clean water. OB teamed up with pilot Joe Hurston to reach the Jaegers and others trapped in some of these isolated communities.
The scope and the depth of this destruction is staggering. Everywhere you look, there are isolated areas, rivers, bridges gone, roads gone, houses gone.
Hurston has been flying into disaster areas around the world for more than 40 years. This one hit especially close to home, as he lives less than 2 hours away, and jumped into action immediately. On this relief mission, he's carrying several 29-pound cases containing a machine that can produce up to 25 gallons of clean water an hour, enough for 1,000 people.
We get this miracle machine dropped into our lap by God that can take sewer water and make it pure on less electricity than a light bulb.
The filtration system, set up by the creek, quickly began producing fresh water.
Hearing that we could reliably pull water from our creek again just kind of brought me to tears and made me really emotional.
Jess's neighbor, Justin Hansen, is also thankful.
The water filtration system's great. I think it'll be fun to get that and get water to everybody around us.
Hansen pointed out that the creek, which once caused such devastation, is now a source of hope.
Our chickens are gonna die.
Yes, they are.
Just a few days earlier, they stood on the banks watching in disbelief as the rising waters swept away their mother's home. As many survivors remain without food and power, Operation Blessing continues to provide solar lights and emergency meal packages.
People have been without power for many, many days now and have no clue when it's going to come back on. So these solar lights are going to allow them to be able to see at night.
While clean water and essential supplies bring hope and relief to families like the Jaegers, Operation Blessing teams also see an opportunity to highlight the power of community and compassion in times of crisis. George Thomas, CBN News.
Well, it's certainly difficult working in western Carolina, but it's absolutely necessary to do it. And whether we have to airlift or truck in or whatever we need to do to help those people, we're doing it, and we're doing it in your name if you're contributing to the Operation Blessing Disaster Relief Fund. If you're a member of the 700 Club, you're also part of that relief effort, because a portion of every gift you give goes into the work of Operation Blessing. If you want to give to people in need, call us, 1-800-700-7000. Just say, I want to be part of Operation Blessing Disaster Relief Fund. You can write disaster relief in the memo line of a check, mail it to us at CBN Center, Virginia Beach, Virginia, 23463. You can call 1-800-700-7000. You can go to cbn.com. There's a place on the giving page where you can designate your gift. You can also text OBDR to 71777. If you want to volunteer to help people in Georgia and Western North Carolina, we have a special number for you. There it is, 1-800-730-2537, or you can go to ob.org/volunteer. We don't have volunteer availability yet in Florida. We haven't set up our base of operation, but in Georgia and in Western North Carolina, we need volunteers. And so if you want to help people in need, again, let's get that number up, 1-800-730-2537, or you can go to ob.org/volunteer.